I think we're ready. Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is the new setup. I'm on my bed because I thought it would be a cool idea if this is like kind of like a pillow talk. Yeah, so someone in the comments asked to do a Q&A, so I thought it would be a really cool idea. I asked on my Instagram and my YouTube, and so we're gonna go through that right now, and hopefully you guys will get to know a little bit more about me. Okay, not gonna lie, there are so many questions. In the round or flat knitting? I don't really think about it. I guess I really like in the round because I don't like having to do the wrong side. I think I get super confused having to knit and then purl instead of like if you're knitting in the round, you can just knit in a continuous loop forever and it's like mindless and super easy. If you could be any animal, what would you be? A human? I think I would be a dog. They seem like they live the chillest lives in human captivity. Will you be doing any crochet videos or will you just be knitting? I'm so sorry for that. I think I've just been on like a knitting craze. At the beginning of quarantine, I was crocheting. Like that's what got me into making clothes. Probably in the summer, I think there are a lot of cute crochet items out there that I would love to make. I'm just not as confident as I am in knitting. How do you go about designing patterns? Your videos make me so happy. I don't know. I wing it. I wing it so hard. It's tragic. What would your ideal life be in the future, career-wise or anything else? This is like my dream. Never gonna happen, but like we can manifest it into the world. Like if this YouTube thing goes well, I would love to create like this business. I would want to create my own like, I love a cute cafe with like cute little desserts, the most aesthetically pleasing cafe like drinks and like bubble tea. By night, my cafe is also a bar. What is my zodiac sign? I mean Chinese zodiac. Also another question is like how old am I? I am 24. Gross, I know. A lot of people have told me I look young. And I look at myself and I think, really? I mean, I feel like I'm still 18. How long does each project take? That really depends on the project. It takes me about a week, 2 weeks, a month. Who knows? When did I start knitting? I started knitting when I was in elementary school. Do I know exactly what age? No, because those years just blend all together. How the hell did you learn how to knit graphics? I think it's actually not bad. You have to learn intarsia or strand color work, and I think once you got that, it makes sense. And then you just kind of create like a grid pattern. Can you make a tutorial for a cropped cardigan? I love you. Yeah, I definitely want to look into more tutorial based videos. I probably won't give you specific details, but more just like essentials that you need to know in order to put one together. How do you know how much yarn to get for projects? I don't. People plan like crazy for their knitting and I'm someone who just wings everything. I'll be like, I like that yarn needs to be for my project. We'll see if there's enough yarn for it. What I would do is just compare kind of the yarnage with something that looks similar. Do you know about the sweater curse? Try guys knitting video 430. Oh, if you knit something for someone, they'll break up with you? I mean, should I test it? I would love to knit my boyfriend a sweater, but I think he won't wear it. Like, I think I'll put too much love into it and then give it to him and he'll be like, ooh. And that would crush me and I don't need that in my life. What? Like, no. No, knit yourself something. Would you rather never brush your hair ever again or pee a little bit every time someone says your name? Probably never brush your hair. I have really, really dead ass straight hair, so she can be whatever. So what is a relationship deal breaker? I think the obvious is cheating. If someone cheats on you, leave them forever and ever. If they murder their whole family, I think that's maybe a no. I think I'm pretty chill with most things. A deal breaker is not letting me live my life. If I feel like you're holding me back, I'm gonna let you go. What's the red sweater you were talking about in the diaries? Definitely talking about the Princess Diana sheep sweater, so hopefully I can make that. There's a pattern on Ravelry that someone said to use, so I might, but that pattern calls for like 2 millimeters. Will you make a separate video about the giveaway project? Yes. I'm scared to start it because I feel like there's a lot of it's a big deal when you're giving something to someone. And I just got the yarn, so hopefully I can start it soon. Knitting needles have disappeared and you really want to knit something. What would you use as an alternative? Chopsticks. Oh, the only problem with chopsticks is that they're not equal. In size, they kind of taper. Ethnicity. I am, I guess, technically Chinese. My whole family is Chinese, but my parents were born in Malaysia. I'm finding it really frustrating to knit with acrylic yarn as a beginner, and I'm too broke to buy wool or cotton. Any tips and tricks for me? I've had a lot of questions of people saying like, what are some cheap alternatives to yarn? The best advice I could ever give you is if you have old sweaters that you don't wear anymore, unravel them. If you want to go to a thrift store and you find some really good quality yarn, buy it, unravel it. If you see some sweaters that are on sale at Zara or H&M, unravel it. You really don't have to go out and buy like expensive yarns if you don't want to. There's always easy alternatives. Unraveling sweaters can be a challenge, and not every sweater can be unraveled. You have to be super patient, and you should get a winder. I found that with a winder, it just helps me so much more when I'm trying to unravel something. What should I knit my boyfriend? I'm making socks, but his feet are huge and he doesn't wear hats. I have low-key seen some really cute scarves out there. Gloves, mittens of some sort. Yes. I feel like guys really like amigurumi. If you can crochet them some sort of action figure thingy or like Pokemon that they really like, some sort of video game reference, I think they would love it. Favorite Barbie movie? Swan Lake. Least favorite foods? I hate tomatoes. And that's it, and that's the tea. Like every time I throw up. Favorite pieces so far? I kind of dig this cardigan. I like have been wearing it a ton. Favorite season? I like spring, but I'm definitely a winter baby. Do you buy your yarn in a shop or online? Which one is cheaper? I do both. I initially was really just into buying all my yarn at Walmart, but I've definitely been trying to branch out. Walmart doesn't have all the colors I need. I'm really liking Hobby and Knit Picks and We Are Knitters, like Will and the Gang, all those stuff. It's really nice, and I'm very tempted to keep buying stuff, but I can't. What do you study at uni if you like it? Any future plans using your degree? Yeah, so surprising enough, I already have a degree. I have a degree in chemistry and biology. Weird, I know, and I have a minor in psychology. I went into the workplace and I really hated it. I just thought to myself, am I going to live the rest of my life just hating any job that I have? I decided to change, and I'm going into UX UI design. I'm really excited about that. It's been really fun so far. Hopefully I can find a job, because if I can't, then you know, my whole life is over. How many hours do you typically craft a week? All the time. Too many times. What is your favorite kind of yarn to work with? I love everything except like things that are inconsistent, but I love trying out different types of yarn. I know a lot of people just stick to one type of size, and that's no fun at all, because I think knitting should be experimental and you should be trying everything you can. What is your least and most favorite thing to knit? I love a stockinette. We love a good stockinette. I hate fisherman's rib. I don't know why. I just hate it. Are you gonna open a P.O. box? I want to send you things. Oh, thank you. I am still on the fence about it. I really, really want to. I think it'd be so cool, but I think internally I just have this fear that no one will send me anything, and there's no point. I'm just gonna spend money for no reason. Does knitting have any benefits? Next place you want to visit abroad? All the places. I want to go everywhere. Me and my friends were going to go to Japan and South Korea, so that's some place that I really want to go right now, but I'd love to visit like Europe, Australia, and all that stuff. I honestly would go everywhere if I could. People were like, dude, you should do a knitting tour. So ready to do a knitting tour. I would love to like come, and then we can gather in like a park and like knit together. My dream. Can I cook? Okay, well, you don't have to expose me like that. The answer is no. Thoughts on marriage and kids in the future? This is probably gonna sound super crazy, but I want to get married so I can knit something or crochet something for my wedding, and then I want to have kids to knit things for my kids. Like, if you want to unpack that, you can, but on the surface, it's really focused on the craft. What was the last song you listened to? Honestly, don't know. Your opinions on K-pop? We're a stan. We are an army. We're standing. We're Blackpinker. I don't know. Like, I like to keep up to date. What's your coziest, comfiest piece of clothing? My sweats. Pronouns and sexuality. I am she, her. Sexuality, I have a boyfriend, but I think sexuality is definitely a spectrum. So, thoughts on hobby? Don't know yet, haven't got my package, but she tempts me with the Diablo mohair. How did you get confident to knit without patterns? I'm not confident, ever. I think that everything's gonna look horrible until the absolute very end, and even then I'm like, this has some like mistakes and stuff, but I'm too lazy to unravel it and start all over again. Favorite berry? Blue the berry. I am a blueberry queen. I love blueberry smoothies. Like anytime I go to like an Orange Julius, I will get the blueberry one. I only know English knitting at the moment, but would love to learn continental. Any tips? I still a learner, don't think I'm an expert, but I think I have gotten better. I think it definitely just comes with practice. Whether like trying to understand how it works, definitely watch a ton of videos, slow-mo, just copy everything they do, look at the yarn placement, look at like everything, because I was doing continental wrong for the longest time and I was like, why is this so difficult? Favorite musical artists and bands? Love like Daniel Caesar, like 1975. If you guys have listened to her, I love her very much. Caliucci. I've been really into Doja Cat, Brockhampton. I like a good Khalid. Billie Eilish, of course. I'm very much someone who loves albums. Like I fall in love with an album and that's it. Like, because an artist could come out with another album and I might not love it as much. Like I think my music preferences are so everywhere. But do you knit as a full-time job? If not, what career are you taking? Newbie knitter here, by the way. No, I'm not a full-time knitter. That's so cute of you to think that I am. February, I had no subscribers, so this has definitely been a roller coaster of a ride. And I'm just trying to hold on as desperately as I can. Favorite food? Mochi or like tapioca stuff, things that are super chewy. Yeah, like boba, kind of like tteokbokki, starchy, ricey kind of things. Those are my favorite. I can't live without cheese or egg or potatoes or chicken, like deep fried chicken. What is your favorite stitch pattern to do? I mean stockinette because it's easy and I'm lazy. Brioche can be a little fun. Horrific to try to fix a mistake. I'm so lazy. Like even the thought of doing a moss stitch. Okay, sorry, we really have to wrap it up. The battery will die. I mean, I'll change it, but we'll get it. Okay. What other crafts do I do? Crocheting. I really want to get into sewing. I want to get into like woodwork, leather work. Like I want to get into tatting, which I think is really cool. I just bought some. I want to get into like, oh shoot, what's it called? Lace making. This girl was making lace and it killed me. It looks so good. I want to learn everything. I think the whole point of being here is to learn how to do things. Favorite needles and circular, straight, or double pointed. I it's like LYKKE. It's like my first really expensive one I got just because I thought they looked really cool and they're interchangeable and I thought they were gonna help me for the rest of my life. So do you have a dream project you'd like to knit but never started or whatever reason? I want to knit a wedding dress. For no reason. Just to do it. Just to accomplish something that's crazy. Where, how did you learn how to do your own gel nails? Lots of YouTube videos. I think I just watched them like crazy. Did a ton of research about it. It's a really like ongoing process because I don't think I'm very good at it and I want to get way better. Do you recommend learning to crochet too? Oh my goodness. I recommend learning to learn everything. That's not even a question. Learn everything. What did you find were your biggest struggles when starting your YouTube channel? Like pushing through even though like you aren't getting as many views or not getting as many subscribers as you want, you just have to keep going. I feel very lucky to have people who even want to watch me. How do you balance knitting with YouTube, a relationship, and school? I mean, currently we're just starting that, so we'll see how things progress. I think I mix them together, so I'll knit while I'm working, knit while I'm talking to my boyfriend. I like to multitask because I think my attention span is just horrible and I can't focus on one thing for too long. Oh my God. And that was just the Instagram questions. How am I gonna get to the YouTube? What are your favorite patterns? Petite knit is everything. I love her so much. I'm ready to buy all of her patterns and knit all of them. It's hard for me because her patterns take so long because they're the tiniest needles and I like want to knit them, but I want to make my own patterns. So I really have to balance what to knit and like how much yarn to buy. Where do you find inspo for projects you want to DIY? Find a lot of this on Pinterest. I get inspired on Instagram. Instagram is definitely a way to go. There's so many amazing knitters out there, so definitely go and check them out. Do I have any tips or things you wish you knew for a beginner knitter? Don't perceive it as a granny hobby. I definitely thought it wasn't cool to knit. The shit you can make is amazing. Were you shy to put yourself out there on YouTube? How was the process? Thank you. Definitely did not want to tell anyone that I was doing YouTube just because it's kind of silly just sitting here and being like, I'm talking to myself in front of camera. Like to think that I'm just talking to a camera. At the beginning, I think I was very scared and very timid and not really like wanting to share too many things, but as things kind of grew. I think naturally I'm very talkative, but only once you get to know me. I just really had to think of it like I was talking to my friends. You guys are honestly my friends. I've like gotten to know some of you guys, and it's really cool, like the community we've been able to build. It truly comes with practice. How do you face a project that's not working? I'm kind of stuck with these projects because I haven't knitted a sweater before. When something isn't working, I mean, you have to cry. And then you have to think to yourself, okay, why isn't this working? How can I fix it? And here's what I'm gonna do. It's okay to make mistakes and it's okay to unravel. How do you make a project for something? Drawing, watching stuff online, just imagination. I definitely jot down notes, but I definitely have to knit something. Like I'll usually cast on something, see how big it is, kind of look it over, and then gauge from there. Do you plan on doing non-knitting related videos in the future? That's a huge topic for me. There was this one comment, this girl was like, I am here for the knitting videos and the knitting videos only, and that scared me shitless. I was like, oh, that's all I can do now. I think I'm trying to change it up a little, like I guess at least with the Q&A. Pineapple on pizza, yes. I'm sorry if you're not that type of way, but I am, and don't hurt me for it. If you could be fluent in any language, which one would you be? I wish I could speak French just because I think the sound of it is amazing. And Korean. Those are two languages I tried learning, but I just am unable. How did you start knitting faster? What projects do you have planned? I think pressure. Like if you set a goal and you're like, okay, I'm gonna knit this at a certain time, it kind of just happens. What is a good project to start for a first-time knitter? Definitely scarves, hats, anything kind of small, but cardigans and sweaters are honestly really easy. Oh no, the camera. I'll get a new battery. What made you want to start a YouTube? I was doing like my science degree or whatever, and I felt like I didn't have a creative outlet. Because in science, you just write papers, you do lab work, you like cry everywhere, and then you sleep on the bus all the time, you barely eat and you barely sleep, and all you do is drink coffee at 9 p.m., you know? Felt like I was in this kind of rut and I needed an escape. I just chose to do it on a whim. It kind of felt like a really great place that I can just make whatever and feel goofy and silly and like crazy and be me. If you could have any superpower, what would you choose? Either being able to control people with my mind, or teleportation would be great. Reading people's thoughts? No, I think that would hurt me too much. Scratch that. What do you do when you're not knitting? Not many things. I definitely want to try new hobbies and put it on this channel and just show you the process. I think this YouTube is really just like a diary of like my life and the things that I'm doing and recreating. It's like a documentation of things that I make. What are your ideal dream places to live? I want to live in Paris. I want to live in Europe. I want to live in anywhere in Europe or New York or LA. Okay, but that just makes me sound super basic. Oh, like Japan, South Korea. Give your stance on cheese. Cheese is life itself. I love cheese. Cheese is everything. I can't give it up. I could put cheese on anything and it would make the meal like 10,000 times better. How have you been? How do you deal with stress? For any topic if you want to share, but only if you want to. Oh, that's so sweet. I'm good. Thank you for asking. You guys are too sweet to me. I don't deal with stress very well. I don't think I'm very good. I definitely ruminate and I just spiral out of control and I think everything's gonna go wrong and I catastrophize. I think to combat that, but to like pull myself together. I mean, first off, knitting, it definitely has helped me with my anxiety. You have to plan. Planning, like it's so dumb. I've read so many like self-help books to help me with like how to deal with all this stuff, and it hurts me to say that they're right in that you really have to make goals for yourself, kind of like plan your schedule out. Like I use Google Calendar, like use a Notion, like keep your life organized so that it feels like the chaos is contained. Siblings, do you have any? Did you or do you want any? I have a sister. She did not want me. I think I like being a sibling. How long have I been playing piano? I've been playing piano since I was in like grade 1, grade 2. My mom put me in it and then I decided I wanted to do exams for some reason. If she didn't put me in lessons before, I would have regretted never being able to play an instrument. Any thoughts on the stigma of using acrylic yarn? I can't afford fancy yarn like We Are Knitters. I use acrylic or acrylic blends for a lot of knitwear, but I feel self-conscious because it's not luxury yarn. Okay, well, obviously luxury yarn is luxury. People make it because it's luxurious. It's expensive. It's worth a lot. It feels nice. Like if you can't afford that, that's fine. Like knit with acrylic. I don't think anyone should ever make you feel bad about knitting with the material that you have. Yes, sure, it's not the best quality and maybe it's like bad for the environment because it's synthetic and it's not a natural fiber, but I think knitting is about accessibility. Like, knitting is a hobby. Hobbies are meant to be done by everyone. Anyone should be able to knit. There should be more people knitting. What is your goal for your channel? The goal for the channel, I mean, I said I didn't have a goal, but obviously, like, in my mind, I think anyone's goal who has YouTube is to get big and get famous or whatever. But also, numbers aren't anything. It doesn't matter how many people subscribe to you. The goal for the channel is just to be able to keep this up for long term. I definitely want to make this something that's sustainable. The goal is definitely to branch out into different like avenues. So I was like, I'm doing like Discord and Twitch. I would love to get into other things, I guess. Okay, if you were a potato, how would you want to be cooked? This is my fave icebreaker. I usually hate icebreakers because they're so silly. I could go on forever. If I could be cooked every single way a potato could be cooked, I would be, because they are all so delicious and different. Okay, if I could give you one, I would like to be deep fried, like sliced into beautiful French fries. Like you can become waffles, like, you know, those little waffle, like the fried waffle fry things. And then there's like mashed potatoes, you got scalloped potatoes, you just have baked potatoes with the sour cream and the deliciousness. Sorry, I was thinking about potatoes for a sec. How did you and your BF meet? Through a mutual friend. You know who you are. Oh, another question that I missed, it was like, how long have you and your boyfriend been together? We've been together for 4 years, so that's a crazy long time. Has someone recognized you in real life from YouTube? No, I'm not that famous, guys. I'm not famous. I also don't go out, so there's no way anyone can recognize me. Plus masks. I've had a couple of people reach out to me like that I know who are like, dude, you made a YouTube channel? Like, what the hell? It's really funny talking to them. Do your friends and family watch your channel? Yeah, I have like a lot of friends who watch my channel. I told my aunt, who told my grandma, who told my other aunt, who told her sister, who told all of her family back in Malaysia. It's definitely embarrassing. I can't do anything about that now. Do you have an all-time favorite movie or TV series? Okay, last one, guys, last one. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, only because it's helped me through so many times. I've rewatched it like 7 times and it's my favorite thing in the entire world. Like, I'm a sucker for anything. I think I'm really just someone who likes to consume like shows that just make you feel happy and make you laugh. Oh my god, what am I even saying? No, Fleabag was everything to me. My friend got me the scriptures, or like the screenplay, and I'm so tempted to just read them and just act out the entire thing. Movie, oh, Pride and Prejudice, because I'm a horrible person. If you stayed to the end of the video, thank you so much. You honestly did not have to. If you want to check out more of me, I post every Tuesdays on YouTube, stream on Twitch. You should join the Discord server. I'm also on Instagram if you want to see me there. Thank you so much. I hope to see you in the next one. And yeah, thanks. Bye.